Just different.
Yo, peace and black power. It's your brother knowledgebornallah. Do Knowledge Radio. The place where knowledge is born.
Knowledge Radio.
This is 3K.
Think tank.
This is 3K.
Hey.
This is 3K.
I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. It's where I swear that knowledge is born. Who ran, who ducked, who drew down, return fire. We're the warriors, the healers, enlighten us. I'm tired of the same old, that game old with an upgrade. I'm a sunbathe in the sun rays while my guns blaze and they complain. Devil, my level not attainable. My metal not malleable. I'm a man, didn't need that manual. Reparations is incalculable. Yeah, we wanted in blood, dead in the begging, heading to beheading, metal to the meddling. Members is aggressive, getting to the Armageddon. Karma, seem calmer when it comes to retribution. Caliber, catalyst in my clips and I use them on traitors and haters and the ones that spread confusion. Cause the devil's playground wasn't built for our amusement. Hey, meet me at the guard hour. Hey, in these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter. Spin like Beyblade. Impenetrable armor, Orient aura. This story, this saga get gory before it get calmer. Keep holding that revolutionary posture. 85 gon' dip and dodge it, but when they get monster, they turn into MC Light, earrings, and become door knockers. I'm irate, they pirate the culture, send them to Davy Jones' locker. It's okay. Let them think that you lost it. Be patient, this type of thing you can't force it. Play possum, but not know what the road that they can't comprehend cause the language is coded. We plan ideas and we plan explosives. Make your pockets go for more bits or more bread. The portal done open, they can't close it. You ain't got a sideline, you could cause more risk. No set birth date, no Dorian Gray portraits. It's about to get ugly and these devils can't forfeit. Ancestral memories, so no, I won't forget. What we building is an impenetrable fortress for show. Every show is just like a core ship, and my flow for show tighter than your gal's corset. It's okay. We are the source, you can't outsource it. Even Spartans don't want no parts, Neff. What do you know? Before you know it, 3,000 wild Africans at your doorstep. Hey, meet me at the guard hour. Hey, in these strange days, you gon' need a strong counter. Spin like Beyblade. No, we will not cower while the rest they play safe. We will move with God's power. This is not for play. Honor my ancestors, pray the Ori day. Peace to you, loved ones, stay dangerous and stay safe. AKAs and AKs coming to make their caves cave. Wreck the race like take case, stay dangerous and stay safe.
Brothers just walk up on me, and they're just like, you know, you can just see the hunger in their eyes. Like as soon as you know what I mean? They was like, yo, you know, we a group, and we think that you would fuck with us, and you know, I'm telling you, like, we nice, and just give us a fucking chance type of shit, you know?
Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Do Knowledge Radio. Place where knowledge is born. This is your host, knowledgebornallah, here. Late night, early morning / motivation. Checking in on the check-in. This was something that I started maybe 3 years ago. No, 4 years ago. Yeah, almost 4 years ago, pardon me. Where I took the random quotes that were assigned and expounded on them. So this was 33 lessons I learned from strangers. This is the movie edition. So I got a couple of these left, and I wanted to bear with y'all on them. So it's going to be a couple of these. This first one is a line from Equalizer 2. Denzel Washington is talking to Ashton Sanders in the projects. And he asks him a question. He says, "What do you see when you look at me?" He asks him that question. And it's a resounding question that he asked throughout the film series. He also asked in The Third Equalizer. He asked the elder, "What do you see when you look at me?" He asked a couple of people throughout the film. So the question is asked, what do you see when you look at me? A question we can ask ourselves, a question we could ponder on and begin that process of self-analysis. There are other people that can give you indicators, but ultimately, Denzel's character in this film was looking to someone else to see something other than what he saw. What he saw is in the space of how he lived, what he had dedicated his life to do in regards to that particular, or leading up to that particular series. He was on the wrong side of his conscience. He was on the wrong side of his conscience, and it perplexed him. And on his path to redemption, the path to going on the other side of his conscience, he wanted to know how people saw him, because how he saw himself had plagued him so deeply that all he could recognize is this other aspect of himself. So people thanked him. He was respected amongst other people, feared amongst other people. So these polarities was something that he questioned. So the question comes to you. What do you see when you look at you? When you look within yourself, what do you see? Who do you see? All of these things come into question. When you look in that internal mirror, not that external mirror. The external mirror is a reflection. That internal mirror, what do you see when you look inside of yourself? Are you pleased? Or are you dissatisfied? Oftentimes, when you're pleased, there's a space or level that you reach that you stay with. And when you are displeased by what you see, you could either sink lower or ascend higher. So this aspect that's there is drawing a parallel in between who you were, who you are, and who you're looking to be. Those parallel universes that run similar to parallel lines. And you don't see them as intersecting lines because, as we're taught with parallel lines are those lines that run next to each other and they never meet. When life is more like a series of intersecting lines, those lines that meet and they intersect with one another. So when you look at your experience, when you look at past, present, and future, they're happening simultaneously. Something becomes the past, something becomes the present, something becomes the future, but all of them are akin to one another. They're not separate. They're happening simultaneously. What happened in the past, whether it was 1,000 years ago or a minute ago, has a resonance in the present and has a resonance in the future. So once it goes the present moment, once it leaves, it becomes the past. And then the next moment after that becomes the future. But all of these things go through a cyclic sort of space, yet they all happen at the same time. So when you're looking within, you're looking at yourself, you're looking in these particular spaces, think about what you see. Think about what you see. Think about who you see. Do you see yourself as you were, as you are, or as you're going to be? Or do you see them all at one time? And if you see them all at one time, are you happy with what you see? And if you're not happy with what you see, you have an opportunity to do what's necessary to change them circumstances. So this is one of those editions of 33 Lessons I Learned from Strangers, movie edition, with the line from Equalizer 2, what do you see when you look at it? Peace.
Owl Kemi, A Priesthood Tale, narrated by James Zeal Thrones. Now this tale is a dark one, for without darkness there could be no light. In the beginning, there was darkness. Our story begins with the Black Owl, spreading his shadow like a blanket across humanity to give the world what he considered to be a well-deserved nap. And this is his lullaby.
Hey yo, his feathers dance in the breeze while his wings in the air flex. His talons drop bombs on the kings in the square hex. 97 degrees in the shade of a fair's necks. He swooped in like walking down invisible stair steps. The scared force once a sign of ink when they prayer checks. If not a guys that ain't never blinking the stare test. Nobody's home but the security drone that sent the footage to his brother who was linked to the where yes. Searching for the priesthood, they searching for him. In a loop that kept repeating like the words in the hymn. Found his name in the rare text where angels compared bets. Or watching the affairs of men who bang over shared breath. Private meetings with the scam pikers overtaking thought. Shady deals on the periodic tablecloth. Angels lost seconds, broth drinking from their necks. Dark nights passing hell, passing nails with passion yell. Run the ounce, come and golden ring on the air's chest. Contain souls, chest hairs, split into your chest tears. Take your heart, put it in this crystal over chest theirs. Those who played them disappeared, crippled over death stairs. Quickly covered chest squares like women with their breast bare. He never lost his spirits, ran tripping over breath stairs. Giggles in the air left, talons blade the palisade, ripping through his spare vest. The physical is air dressed, but is he man of myth? Bullets singing, it's a fair test. Or cut your arms off if you thinking a dead jest. It's still he thought circles while I'm thinking it their best. Just trying to live on, the light in his ribs gone. Avoided death when he got tired, he switched forms. And way back, he was never like all the kids born. Him and his twin brother enjoying the red summer, trying to catch butterflies and skipping the wind flutter. They call him exhale, and his brother was in the hell, both in prison in the rib cage and stuck in a skin jail. The struggle won't end well, stuck under a thin veil. His brother was invited, they rejected him most. Never felt he was inspired by the heavenly host. His twin was so infallible, he could do no wrong. He caught his victories, mistakes, never choose to belong. His best friend became his shadow, brother grew in the dawn. While he preferred the night, hurt by light. Underneath the service light, Pollux cast the Abel Cain. Owl and master made him train 1,000 hours with his twin, whether it was sun or rain. Going through a sudden change and went in his own route. He heard the voices trapped inside the center of stone shout. From overside of rim, the salt crystals and bones drought. He even grabbed the gnosis from the sphinxes with no snout. He only saw life through the lens of his own doubt. The color thing's wicked, it kept him on the outside like submarine liquid. Shadows fogging up his brain, another unforeseen visit in a sudden dream vivid. With a lion's raw movement, the monkey scream ribbit. On a giant sunflower where the money bees pivot. Flowing through the spirit hood with a thuggish trees kicking, fighting with the press and still kept his head to the sky. As he walked through the darkness, making destiny cry.
Always kept his head to the sky, walking through the darkness. Always kept his head to the sky, walking through the darkness. No, they can't see him walking through the darkness. No, they can't.
body, it can never be killed. So the sound waves together in the melody quilt. Thoughts invade his mind tempers once the jealousy built. But still the Z of life flowers too healthy to will. Born 12 hours apart, only fate can explain. The opposition of the night and day weighed on his brain. The odd position of the sky array plainly explained. Of the polarized battle of the glow to strike shadow. Even broke the time shackles, who could fix the debris? His sand castles in his thoughts fall and drift in the sea. Flesh of weakened men struggle to resist the decree. As they lower self slipped them an invisible key. With trick gnosis, he closed the eyelid of the tree. In the center of the earth and caused eclipses to be. It's why I needed Zoe strikes to guard the wicked should flee. He seems invisible, yet only those with wisdom can see. Underneath the shell studying the energy chi. The dark forces in his chart made his enemies be. Cause he felt the world order made it bend to his knee. While his brother was the light to put it into his spree. Once he left somewhere the people thought ignorantly. Cause their fear became power, he would grip as they plea. He thought about it every morning when he'd sip of his tea. Met a wizard who he paid to do his bidding, the fee. He could have his brother's kingdom, everything that he owns. Both inherit vast land plus a place on the throne. One day they caught him in the desert far away from his home. Man, the owl damaged foul, he was sinking alone. Far back right before they turned his wings into stone. Disappeared in whirling wind to escape as he roamed. When he came for his payment, he reneged on the deal. So we made him an owl too, magic ripped through his shell. He vowed the world's nightmares, they would live to be real. Since the wounds on his spirit never lifted the hill. Pull it back, every fruit has a different appeal. Found the night, Albert Pike and Shadow lived through him. Know they end up in the ground of light, crystals in the crown of light. Light from 1,000 missiles wasn't bringing down the night. These dark shadows, they would roll in his brain. Without day, he would rule and control the terrain. Could appear to be human, couple moments to change. When he ate the moonberries, he could hold it like frames for hours long. A sound of water dripping made him insane. You turned rivers in the desert lands where saying could rain. You stabbed him with a blade before the wizard in the shop ran. A magic hourglass, he making pieces of a mosque's plan. Dome tip from crushing time, crystal in the rock sand. Tom couldn't kill him with the pistol in the clock hands until his grain vanished, disappearing like the Olmecs. They made a statue for him in the wilderness of Molech. Another sacrifice, fresh meat on the stove. The Scam Pike's yearly feast at Bohemian Grove. Him and his brother separated at birth. His mother passed while giving birth to him. They blamed him at first that his brother was a gift, but he came as a curse. Abused by an artificial priest raised by the church. Killed later by killer priest. All the angels dispersed, sent away by his father. He ain't know what to do. They reconnected in their teens first and nobody knew. Until the pieces form a picture clearly nobody drew. They still brothers though they paths ain't remain together. Meet this year one day at the temple, play chess and train together. Still sharp and still before text the symbols came together. Like drums playing made his bed in the sky. As he walked through the darkness, making destiny cry.
Always kept his head to the sky, walking through the darkness. Always kept his head to the sky, walking through the darkness. No, they can't see him walking through the darkness. No, they can't see him walking through the darkness. They can't see him walking through the darkness. They can't see him walking through the darkness. Now, in the end, fate had its play. Now, in the end, fate had its play. On his road to become
As the royal priesthood went from one portal to another, seeking to vanquish the shadow, the dark owl walked into the darkness, becoming one with the void, in search of Now that, my friends, is a priesthood tale for another day.